Okay, we're in Geometry Honors section 12-5. This is number 25 for your homework. It is on page 801. And it says in the directions, find the center and radius of each circle. Then graph the circle. All right, so I went ahead and wrote down my standard form for a circle. Standard form for a circle is this, which is x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. And then in the problem number 25, they're giving you this equation of a circle. X plus 7 quantity squared plus y minus 5 quantity squared equals 16. We need to find the center, and we also need to find the radius from this equation. So, first thing I want to find is the center. And remember, the center, it is going to be your h comma k, right? For your x is the h and your k, the k is the y. So here is my h. Now, looking at this number here, it's not just going to be 7 here, because if you notice, in our standard equation, we have a minus sign. Here, it became plus. So in order for this to become a plus, they had to put in a negative 7. So it'd be minus a negative 7. So my h is going to be negative 7. Since that became plus, they had to put in a negative 7. Now, for the k, this is minus k, it's minus 5, so it would just be 5. They put a 5 in there for k, and this in your standard form is always minus, and so they just put in a positive 5. So my circle, the center, is going to be negative 7, 5. Now, so that is the center. We found it. And then we also need to find the radius. Now, you'll notice over here, r squared equals 16 in our equation. So 16 is equal to r squared. So we want to know the radius. So that means then I'm going to take the square root of both sides to get from r squared to r, and the square root of 16 would be 4, and so my radius then is going to be 4. And so I have my center of my circle is negative 7, 5, and my radius is 4, and that's what they wanted us to find for both of those, the center and the radius. And then it also is asking you to graph the circle. And so that means then you could go to your graph paper and you would plot the center point. You would get your axis, the x-axis, the y-axis, and then plot your center point, negative 7, 5. And then you know your radius is going to be 4. So from that center point, you could count over horizontally 4. You could count up vertically 4. You could count over this way to the left over 4. You could count vertically down 4. And then you could draw in your circle that would be then connecting those points. And so then you would have your circle graphed. So it is asking you on these problems to graph the circle. So all you have to do, once you find the center, plot it, and then use your radius. And like I said, just use your horizontal and vertical. You can count over 4 each way, and then you can draw your circle then on your graph. So this is number 25 for your homework.